as hard as I can. It's been all right.
So I never. I was saying I've never heard your name
Hmm.
right to this day until literally today. I didn't even know who you were. In the story that was being painted, you were the bitter baby mama who's trying to take somebody down, who's a black leader, and all of this other stuff, right? And I think that that's the same thing for most people, even some of the people who are following them. I think most people don't know to put a face to who they've been bashing and who they've been tearing down. So, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are. What comes to mind when you have to answer that question of who you are and what is your story?
Well, I mean, that's crazy. This is the first time you've heard of me today. And I guess you hearing that I'm a bitter baby mom, I can expect that coming from him. You got to have some type of story to try to cover up what you have really, truly done. But I am Darshelle. They call me Shells with a Z, y'all. I do have a child by Rashad. Uh, I'm thankful for my son. And also I have a child that Rashad Jabbar, um, I want to say SA on live. And on live, just in case I don't want my words to be twisted. Um, I am a single mother of five. I'm a singer, songwriter. I've been singing since I was like 4 or 5 years old. Um, I am a medical student now, or a medical assistant. I literally just finished school. I went to school for 13 months, and I've been just being a mom, trying to get past what has happened. So, who am I? I'm a mom first and foremost,
Mm-hmm,
uh,
mm-hmm,
and a mother who will fight for her kids no matter what. I don't care who it is, what platform they in, what level they feel like they on. It, I'm her.
mm-hmm.
So that's who I am.
Okay, and before we get started, I want to make sure I have your Cash App pin to show support to you. I know it's a lot going on. I want to make sure I had the right Cash App. It's a DARSHELL
3.
3. Okay. All right. So the first thing I heard from you, you were sitting in the car. This was today. That's all right.
Hmm.
You were. I don't know how long ago it was, but again, it's the first time I heard from, saw you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear. I gotta put my. I had to put my glasses on because I can't see.
It's
Really,
all
so
good.
I'm looking at some of the comments.
Is my sound still clear? I had to plug up my mic real quick.
I can hear you.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. So you were explaining something about people sending death threats and things like that when all of this went down. Can you tell me a little more about that?
Um. Yeah. I mean, people were just reaching out to harass me, call me out my name.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a flood of mostly black men. I
Mm-hmm.
had, a lot of women, black women that reached out too, to do the same thing.
Right.
But it didn't matter. It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that they brainwashed, or I understand that when somebody likes someone, they're going to be on their side no matter what. But I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, yes, when it first happened, they all flooded my live. I think you can go to YouTube. They sent me. He sent them to me. He told them to
Uh-huh.
come to my page, and they started harassing me immediately. So I went live, and a lot of them, they screen recorded the live,
Uh-huh.
and you can see on the live, if you go on YouTube, you can see on the live some of the stuff that they were saying. But yeah, they had started harassing. And this been going on for like 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
constant.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got ignorant people right now on here. That's how I know. Even he's probably on here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
He got fake pages too,
Yeah.
to try to harass me as well.
Right. So you're dealing with people who there's no way they could know what went down because they weren't even there.
Right.
Uh, these people who are saying that you're lying, to your knowledge, they haven't spoken to your daughter, have they?
No,
So they haven't heard from the actual daughter. They haven't heard from the actual person who said that these things happened.
that's true. I'm the face for my child.
Uh-huh.
I'm the face for my child. She shouldn't. When she came to me, it was for me to take over.
Mm-hmm.
It was for me
Right.
to be the one to speak for her, because she did what she needed to do. She got enough nerve. She got enough of courage inside of her to come to me and
Mm-hmm.
tell me what was
Mm-hmm.
wrong. And I did what I needed to do for
Right.
her.
What was it that, if you are able to speak on it, if you remember the day, uh, can you tell me about what was it that was being expressed to you? And again, if it's not uh, comfortable as far as details, then that's fine with me. But what was it? What was it that was being expressed? What did the young lady say? What did your daughter say occurred? And can you take us back to that day uh, to explain how it was that she came to you and what it was that she was saying to you that let you know something was going on?
Um, my daughter just, she basically let me know that he made her do things to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it is hard. It is hard to go back and relive that, because as a mom, a real mom, you know what I'm saying, as a real woman,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna feel like the biggest idiot on the planet. You're gonna feel so many different emotions as a mother. You know what I'm saying? When your child comes to you and tell you that. And I actually was on the phone with his sister when she came to me and
Mm-hmm.
told me that. And God in heaven, or wherever y'all want to put God at, but the God I know knows the truth when she came and told me that. Um, so do I want to go in depth with it online? No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, because it's very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
It's very emotional. But just know he made her do things to him. Regardless if whoever's on here,
Mm-hmm.
who's ever on here, somebody said you coach those children to no end. I don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
so here's what you have to understand, and that's for everybody watching.
Hmm.
Y'all were not there.
Right.
So I thought that at any rate, a lot of what you so-called conscious community people preach is that the black woman is God. The black woman is to be respected, uplifted, encouraged, stand on truth, don't go based off of beliefs, but based off of what I've seen and what I was able to see with my own eyes as far as the death threats that y'all have been sending the sister, Shells. Based off of what I've experienced from when y'all just come onto the lives and just gang up on people and you have no information and you're able to see everything that you thought was true be torn apart piece by piece. You don't understand that each and every one of you who are telling her things like she coached her children or she was lying and this, that, and the third, you've been groomed to be abusers. You've
See,
been not only groomed to be abusers, you've been groomed to support a new avenue for monsters to be bred, because it makes it say that in order for someone to say something happened to them, it has to be the government saying it. But I can promise you, there are a lot of these people who were saying these things that no homeboys of theirs, friends of theirs, brothers of theirs, who touched children, who were caught in the act, who did some abusive stuff to their girlfriend, or to their wife who harmed women and children, and they allowed it. They didn't get on their head. They kept quiet about it.
Mm.
You understand? Here's the interesting part. The fact that if you don't know, you cannot say for sure whether or not she's telling the truth or lying, but you're jumping on the fact that she's lying. You've been bred. You've been groomed.
They brainwashed. That's brainwashed. That's the reason why they're saying a cult leader. That's the reason why that's happening.
Yeah,
Because
and I get why it's happening, because it appears that, so let's look at what we have, right? Again, I wasn't there. I don't know any of these things. It may not seem appropriate for some people. I'm very interested in what it was that the young lady expressed to you. Because in all, I'm not saying for you to say it, I'm telling you what is going through my mind. Where if nobody has heard this except you and whoever else would have been around to hear you express these things, they have nothing to go on as far as the things that they are saying. Even if they want to say they were referring to the transcripts of things that happened in court, these are things that were recorded. When you're saying transcripts, for those who don't know, you're literally basically saying recordings of court proceedings. That's what you're saying. You're not saying what took place in whichever day and time. When people ask things like, where's the physical evidence? What do you mean, where is the physical evidence of something that would have happened, whenever it took place, and somebody coming forth and saying something about it? Again, this happens all of the time, where children come forth, sometimes adults, because it happened when they were children, and they come forth to explain, this happened when I was a child. And people just sweep it under the rug. It's not always some leader. It's not always somebody who got a big position. Sometimes it's just the man down the street. Sometimes it's the man that you just trusted around your children. Sometimes, and it's not that it was your fault. I don't want to say it that way when people say, like, oh, you trusted around. People trust certain people around their children day in and day out, and they do these things. So what they're using is there's this new avenue, and this new avenue is to say that when somebody is a leader, this is what you could blame the government for, because that's why they like to blow it up how they blow it up. When somebody is a leader that's claiming to be conscious and speaking certain rhetoric, they can always say, see, they're all crazy, they can push that, but it's an excuse for people to not look into what it is that they actually talking about. If you're saying that she's lying, where is your evidence, your actual evidence that not she's lying, the child that was speaking it lied?
right,
And because there is no way for you to access any of that. You have not spoken to the child, and even if you did, you were not there in that occurrence where the child came to the mother. For you to step forth and say she's lying, for y'all to harass her for as long as y'all been harassing her, you're only proving that Rashad Jamal's lack of composure has influenced you. His lack of composure, screaming in the stores, calling women bitches, has influenced you abusive as men. Him saying that if your woman don't want to share, if the woman doesn't want to share her man, that means she's a bitch and she just dropped down in frequency, has bred you, groomed you men to be abusers to women. Meaning they don't have no brain of their own. They don't have no mind of their own. Preference doesn't matter when it comes to them. You sound like the same people that you're calling the oppressors who took over the ancestors that y'all claim to be in tune with. And I just found out about you today. And one thing I could tell you, from as long as I've been, I ain't been too long, 26 years old. I watched you. I paid attention. I was watching eye movements and everything. I'm like, she's not wavering. She's just having to deal with so many different people coming at her at once. Pick a point you want her to attack. Pick a question that you want her
but
to answer.
this. Let me tell you, this is how I really feel towards them. Y'all want the person that they screen recorded in the very beginning? This is how I really feel towards y'all. Fuck y'all, straight up. I did what I was supposed to do for my child when she came to me, like any other mother should have. And if she don't do that, she's a horrible ass mother. I will never go to hell for being a badass mother. I will go to heaven. I will be at peace knowing I did what I needed to do for my child. Period. That's how I personally feel. I don't care about what none of them think. Y'all all scared. Y'all all lame. Anybody that don't believe a child, something is wrong with you. And then I pray that it don't happen to your child. And then later on in life, you like, dang, this happened to my kid. Oh, I can't believe it. But remember me. Remember you attacked me. Remember how you came to me as if I'm just lying on this man and what he did and how he came into my household and how me and my kids was basically fucking prisoners in our own home. Anybody that know Jetta, y'all don't even know him. Half of you motherfuckers don't know him. But anybody that do really genuinely know him, know how he moved and what he is capable of damn doing. I have his friends, homegirls, people have reached out to me and said, hey, we know. I don't even need that. Because when my baby came to me and she let me know what happened, I was on my job as a parent. And I'm going to stay real and I'm going to stay solid. And I don't care if somebody is saying, oh, all she wants is clout. I don't want nothing from y'all. I did what I needed to do for my baby. So if you mad, you're mad. That has nothing to do with me. Period.
So
That's your
watch
own
this.
personal, that's your own personal, that's your own personal issues
Mhm.
that you gotta deal with.
So watch this. Another thing that we having to deal with is this is what helps, right? It helps to put a face to the person that we're talking about. So you're no longer this government plant. Because I just found out I was a government plant today. I know whenever you found out, it probably would have shocked you too, because it shocked me. I didn't know I was working for the government. I didn't know that the government has people working for them that they don't support. You don't have the resources. You still have to figure out life. I thought that the government, when you work for them, they make sure you straight. I didn't even know I was an industry plant. I learned that from somebody who was supposed to be walking from the same community I'm from. I didn't know that if you're an industry plant, that the industry doesn't support you, that they don't want you nowhere near their blogs. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you because you're standing up against them. So here's what I'm explaining to you. We're putting a face to it when we're being told that the government took Rashad Jamal down. And
Mm-hmm.
now that we're putting a face to it, I can ask you, have you ever been approached by the agencies? Have you ever been
No,
approached by the FBI, CIA, any of the uh,
no,
have you ever been approached by any government officials to talk to you about Rashad Jamal?
no. And at this point, if they bringing money, since everybody's saying I'm paid by the government, bring me some money. Because I need some new furniture. I need child support for my son.
Mm,
This person has a mental issue. And it's so crazy because it's trinkle. And when they say spirits transfer,
mm-hmm,
it's transferred onto a lot of motherfuckers.
mm-hmm,
And I get angry and I get upset. But at the same time, I'm trying to keep my cool because at the end of the day, I'm not here for that.
mm-hmm,
I'm here to just be real about what happened. Period. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? So, no.
I hear
You know what I'm
you.
saying? I don't even got $5 in my pocket right now, but I'm paid by the government.
Mm.
I work hard every day to take care of my babies.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I do it on my own. You know what
So
I'm saying?
so here's what from what you're telling me, this is the situation. Your child came and told you something. You stood up and you believed your child,
That's what you're supposed to do.
and you're being attacked.
Yes.
Okay,
You're supposed to believe your child.
exactly. Well, I don't have children though. You have to remember,
I
I
know
don't
you
I
don't
don't know any of that.
have none,
It
but for
just makes
those who do,
sense.
right.
Yeah, it makes sense. If anything, you investigate it, you take it all the way. You understand? But
Right.
even still, I don't know. I will never know what it means until I have a child, to even have a child. And even with that, I'm not a mother because I'm not a woman. I could never know what that means, or what it means to be young, and what it means to be pressed or met with that type of challenge. You understand? Where you have to deal with all of these other mental gymnastics of what else could have been going on, and how could you misfit and all this stuff. I'll never know what that is. You get what I'm explaining to you? So I'm just saying for people to realize what this is. The child came to her, according to what she's saying. She believed the child and moved forward. We're supposed to protect children. We're supposed to listen to what the children are saying. And y'all are telling her she's lying. Y'all are attacking her. You're also trying to do something called circumstantial evidence, right? Y'all are trying to pull circumstantial evidence, claiming that she did this and did that, or something about a gun with a PO and all this other stuff. That has nothing to do with the child. and what the child brought to her. It don't matter if her and Rashad Jamal fought physically every day. It don't matter if she burnt his clothes outside in the yard. It don't matter if she bleached his shoes. That has nothing to do with the child. And if the child came to her to say these things happened to her, and how old was the child when they came to you?
She was 11 when she came to me.
Okay, the child comes at 11 years old and said these things happened to me.
Right.
What does that have to do with her misplacing a gun? This just shows y'all not only how uh, ignorant people can be. It also shows you people don't get into things to find the truth. They get into things to put themselves in position above people. Rashad Jamal, you wouldn't really have as many followers as you did if you weren't a racist, if you weren't an extremist who appealed to people's oppression and victim mentality, and they wanted to feel superior because they had been made to feel inferior for so long. So you remixed the black man is God. You remixed that. You added in the Latino. You sprinkled in some Hebrew Israelite fabrication, which means you just took two of the tribes out of the lineup and you applied it to the people that are over here in the Western Hemisphere. And then they believed in you because you gave them hope. You gave them hope. But they may not understand that the hope that you gave them was a weapon of prejudice, a weapon of abuse, a weapon against themselves where they can look at science right in front of them. They can literally look at science in front of them of the things that you are talking about and using the terminology of, see it right in real time and say, the scientists who gave you the words you're using don't know what they're talking about, but you're using their words. They can look at the sister's situation and say, I wasn't there. There's no way I could have, I wasn't around the child. There's no way I can know whether or not this person is capable of doing this thing. I wasn't there. But you decide to say, not only is she lying, but I saw comments that she sent me in real time where people were saying things like, that's going to be your death sentence. Is this true? What were some of the things people were saying to you?
Oh man, I can't. I got so much said to
Mm,
me. It was crazy. That's why I sent you the messages. I can't relay everything that they said to me, but
mm-hmm.
everything that they said was just hate. It
Yeah.
was just hate.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand where it came from because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in heavenly places.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that it came from kindred spirits of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different breed. I'm not that mother that's gonna let somebody do anything they want to do to a kid and
Mm-hmm.
then sweep it under the rug. And then guess what? They move on to the next family and do the same thing to the other children. Cause he's a homosexual. He only seek out
Why
women
do
with
you say
children.
that? Why do you say he's a homosexual?
Homosexual. He's a homosexual too, but we not gonna go
Yeah, I'm
there.
saying, why do you say that? Oh, you say he a homosexual.
Homosexual. Homosexual. Oh
Yeah, why would you
no.
say, okay, so why would you say homosexual?
Oh, because I seen his phone.
Mm,
I seen
okay.
his phone. Oh, I got pictures. See, because
Oh,
y'all don't want to play with me like that. But
mm,
see, my whole thing is about somebody's sexuality. That has nothing to do with what this person has
mm,
done. You got men that's constantly seeking different wives. You can't be pleased because you have tampered into so many different things.
mm,
You need pleasure from this, that, children, this,
mm,
that. Let's, I'm not going to play with these people. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
He's a homosexual because he only seek out, women with children for places to stay. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? And that's how I met him. I was doing music when I met him.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? And he probably figured like, oh, she's vulnerable, because she's a single parent and all of these things. I don't really know what was going through his mind. but I know the stories that were told as well. You know what I'm saying? And that I've heard straight out his mouth. He had a strangulation charge that I didn't even know about.
Mm.
His family knew. They knew this man was crazy.
Was
They
that
knew he had a
was that public
strangulation.
record?
It is.
Okay.
Everybody can look that up. I'm not
Okay.
lying.
Mm. Got you.
Look it up.
Mm.
Look it up. But I say that's the reason why I say that, because he was seeking out certain things. He was broke. Y'all think he just
Mm.
had money? No. Oh, believe me, I got bank statements around that time.
Mm.
Checks. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all gotta understand, I have a child by this person.
One thing I can say is she has a lot of receipts. So I wouldn't even suggest y'all provoke her. Because I've seen some of the receipts. You can't think I ain't speak to her before we came on here. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even suggest y'all provoke her. Yeah, we right here
Okay,
waiting
I'm
on you.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
Um,
Yeah, I was explaining to them that they were saying you didn't have no receipts. I was like, I seen the receipts. I was telling them I don't suggest them provoke you to put out no receipts.
I have nothing. This is what I'm saying, and this is what I was trying to tell you. You know, what do I have to prove to them?
Exactly.
Because guess what? I proved to my daughter. I did what I needed to do for her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes my soul happy. But for grown ass people who are manipulated, hey, that's your battle. I don't gotta fight that. I don't have to clarify anything to them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come from them at all. But my baby, right now, I'm helping her heal. She's been having suicidal thoughts. She's come to me, and she brought up stuff from the past of him trying to watch her while she was no clothes and stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she brought these things to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about what these people think. I don't. You know what I'm saying? All I care about is what else can I do to make her heal? What else can I
Look, look,
do?
look. You see? Do you see the
I,
demons?
you
It's
know what? Let me tell you how good
and
God
I'm
is.
explaining it to the people because
My screen is froze over here. Their messages are no longer coming through. Like
that's
I
good.
literally can't.
That's
I
good.
can't. That's how good God is, because
Come
I
on.
can't see none of that. I can't see none of the hate.
Mm.
I can't. Y'all not even phasing me. Y'all gotta understand that when you put on the whole armor of God, you put on the whole armor of God. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God that ye may be able to withstand an evil day, having done all to stand. Stand up for having girded your loins about with the truth. Having put on a breastplate of righteousness. Having shod your feet with the preparation in the gospel of peace. Above all, taking a shield of faith, wherewith ye may be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayers and supplications in the Spirit, being watchful to this end. Man, don't play with me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me. Because the sword of the Spirit is the word of God.
Mm.
He paused that a long time ago. I haven't seen nothing that they said. You understand? Because I'm girded. My loins are girded with truth.
Mm.
My loins are girded with truth. They're mad. Guess who's mad? They're mad. They're angry.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't get fed whatever the devil was feeding
Mm.
them. That's, hey, I don't know what to tell you. If you're mad, you're mad. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You just better pray that you understand when God's word says, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. When God said it's dangerous to mess with a child of God, you better recognize that. So if like I said, I can't see them, but if they throwing laugh emojis and all of that stuff, guess what? Those same ones that's laughing, watch what's going to happen to them tomorrow or the next day. You understand what I'm saying? They don't even know.
I know what you're talking about. I know all about what you're talking
Next thing you know, oh man,
about.
man,
I know about that
my
anointing.
car got towed, or they
Hmm.
already broke. Half of them broke, but or they're saying, oh man, dang, I just got arrested for something, or you never know. Family members dying. Stuff happens to people who do ignorant, evil things. They don't believe you, and then you're not believing in God, and then you're not staying prayed up. Some, hey,
You
you're
sound
an
like
open
you sound
vessel.
like somebody I know. You sound
You,
like somebody I know.
they're an open vessel for the enemy to do exactly what he need to do with them.
Hmm.
Go ahead, keep on. I want the, because you got to understand, the enemy had to always continue to go to God to ask to go do something to somebody. But see, God is powerful. But when one of his children are chosen, he gonna let them go through some things before he bless them openly
Hmm.
in different kinds of ways. But
Hmm.
whatever the case is, like I said, I can't see what they got going on, but I hide the word in my heart because that's one thing he tried to do. He tried to take what I really believed in out of me. But see, God is so good. He's here. Greater is he that is in me than he who was in this world. So they acting up for no reason. And like
Hmm.
I told you, I bet it's men. And like I said, more than likely he's on here too. Because that's why people tagging. He on here too. Because he's harassed me as well. But guess what? What you did to my child, look where you at now.
Hmm.
And you didn't think, you thought you was gonna continue to intimidate her and that she was gonna keep it to herself. Ah, but God is good.
What do you mean by that? If you explain it to when you say intimidate her?
Oh, oh, for those who don't know, he loves to walk around the house with guns and be super aggressive towards children. Like if you go back to, there's a video that and I want y'all to know I love Kulu. You know what I'm saying? There's a video that he posted when he showing it just give you uh, uh for those who have eyes and those who have ears, you can hear and you can see. So
Hmm.
whatever the case is, he said to the little girl, she came up, he called her, he told her to come to the live, excuse me, and she was like, he said, I'm not gonna get on you. She said, I thought you was. Oh, because guess what? He has already been grooming them in that house by being aggressive, by yelling, by carrying guns, more than likely in
You talking about when he kissed whoever the
yeah,
lady is?
yeah. The little girl. That was a little girl. It wasn't a lady. Yeah, it was her. But
No, I'm
what I'm
saying
saying,
whoever lady the white. I think his white child.
hmm
When he kissed his white child,
hmm
I think I know
she didn't
what you're
want
talking about.
that. She said, I thought you was. That's exactly how my kids was sounding too. They
Mm.
was intimidated too.
Mm.
And it took a lot of being aggressive, nasty, even more than likely, I don't know. I'm not in the household with them. Physical abuse towards her. You know what I'm saying? I saw a couple of videos online recently that I guess they was having poly relationships going on. One of the girls said he was in there being domestic towards her as well. I've been through all of that. You know what I'm saying? But I know how he moved. Just like how y'all saw him cussing out the black woman in the store. He does that to kids too.
Hmm.
The exact same way, the same energy to scare them.
There's a claim, and I don't know about it. So the claim is that there were other people that you brought these charges against.
Brought what charges against who?
Is a claim that somebody that you were saying or you took other people to court saying the same thing. Is there truth to that?
I don't know nothing about that. I'm really not sure as to what they're talking about. I took somebody else to court for what?
I don't know what they're talking about either. The
Okay.
claim was something to the effect of similar charges.
No,
That somebody did something to your daughter.
no. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about that. And whoever is coming up with that, something is seriously wrong with you.
Hmm.
Something is seriously wrong with you. Show me. I want to see it. Bring the document where it says I took somebody to court for a claim towards my child. when it comes to child molestation? Show
Mm.
me that. I'm gonna find $100,000 for you, and I don't got it. If I gotta work, I'm gonna have to give it to you every day. That's weird. And this is the reason why I'm like, I don't want to be on here with this energy and these people because they're just actually mentally ill and brainwashed, and I cannot mentally, continuously be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody
Hmm.
that's a part of that and that thinks like that, something is wrong. They all need mental help, real bad, real bad.
I see.
There's nothing wrong with getting mental help. It's okay. You can actually go get mental help somewhere. Okay? But
I see. Yeah, my thing is we're gonna get to the top of everything, no matter what it is. Like the truth has to come out. The truth about all things has to come out. I was taught the
mhm.
truth outlasts the lies. No matter what it is, no matter what the situation, the truth will prevail. The lie will die. And so,
And the lie is
from
dying.
your understanding, from your position, you've
Hmm.
witnessed a lot of abuse, even prior to your daughter coming to you.
Hmm.
What do you think about this? I was just pulling up on my live earlier today because there were a lot of Rashad Jamalites or Rashad Jamal's followers, and a lot of people might take "ite" to be a negative connotation, probably because of the energy behind it. But if you don't know, the suffix "ite" just means you follow this thing or you follow this person. So a lot of Rashad Jamalites were coming on, and saying they attempt to bash me and say all this other stuff. So I asked them, I said, do y'all agree that when it comes to men beefing with one another or people going to war, that children deserve to be killed? And the most of them could not just say no. And one of them said I was lying when I told them Rashad Jamal said he would kill kids. He would murder children. You understand?
Hmm. Hmm.
And they said, you're lying. I said, okay. I played the audio and the video of him
Hmm.
saying, I'm killing kids and all. He said, you got
Hmm.
all these bitch ass niggas coming on my live saying, oh, you say you killing kids. Yeah, I'm going to kill the kids. You damn right I'm going to kill kids. This is war. And then you had a situation where young Pharaoh was saying, yo, bro, you said you was going to kill my kids. You told me you killed my kids. I don't want to talk. Drop the addy. I'm coming to see about you. And then bro was like, no, you need to fight it. You got to fight that. Man, I want the old YP back. The reason why I'm bringing this up, it doesn't seem that people are aware that the same type of energy that he would have been telling YP to fight was the energy he was using to say he would murder innocent children just all for the sake of war. That means you have to have that thought process already there, right? That's why I had to point out to them what that would mean. If you can imagine that you would kill a child and you have beef with this individual, this grown being, but you would kill an innocent child, it is not far off that you could abuse a child in any way, because that means murdering this child would mean abusing this child unto death. You understand what I'm explaining to you? So what do you think about that? And has he said any of these, heinous off the wall things to or around you, similar or the same? As far as killing children, anything that was disturbing, has he said anything like that around you or to you?
I might upset your audience real quick. If they want to know some more, they can definitely go and check out my book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't have to be upset. Everybody already know. So y'all know how we
So,
do. The cash app. The cash app. Go ahead.
go ahead. What was you saying?
The cash app is pinned. All right. Everybody that's walking, go ahead and bless the sister. All right. Send something. Y'all already know how we do. Okay. Send something. This is all a part of it. Okay. The truth is coming out. This was not by accident. If you know how I move, I calculate literally everything. That's color of the outfit, time of the day, background, whatever. So help the sister, support the sister. All right. She did express to y'all what her child is going through. You got demons who will say negative things, even knowing that this is what a child is going
They
through.
don't care.
They don't care. They don't have to, though, because we got enough of us who do. One thing we do is care. We may not know the truth about all things, but we do care. And a part of learning the truth is you have to care enough to get to the top of it. You have to care enough to do that. You know what I mean? So y'all definitely, everybody who walking, bless the sister with something. Okay, go ahead and do that when we get out of here, or you can do that now and come right back. And then, was there anything else? What else do you need to say? I'm with you. I'm here.
Um, I just want to say, I I hope and pray that um more black men step up and be our strength. For a long time, black women have been carrying black men. When that black man was, back in the slavery days, when we always went back for them. We always came back for them. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's so many hurt people on here. There's so many people who are going through so much. And a lot of them are men, and I just want to pray for our men. I want to pray for every single person on here that has been brainwashed. First of all, let me tell you from my heart, from my soul, I love you. I love you with the love of Christ. You might not believe in him, but I do. Okay? I want y'all to understand. I have Zah. I take care of Zah on a regular. I look at Zah's face. Y'all think I see Rashad? I would never want to hurt my son.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot allow somebody to do what he has done to my child. And I want y'all to understand that regardless if y'all laughing or y'all sending hate my way or whatever, it doesn't matter. Because I know God has a way of touching hearts. God has a way of changing minds. But let me tell you something, he's a forgiver. That's first and foremost. So I love y'all. And I pray and I ask God to continue to send his angels to give charge over me to keep me in all my ways. And we need more mothers to step up. If your child come to you, don't be afraid to listen to your baby because later on, those are the ones that's supposed to take care of you. And a lot of times you'll have messed up relationships with your kids when they get older and they don't want nothing to do with you because guess what? Your boyfriend was more important. But while you was dealing with your boyfriend was dealing with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And this this, this has to be something that has to be more spread than hate. Like we need to help our black men. We need to help our sisters that are being manipulated as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know to say it, but it's probably about time for me to get off here. People are calling.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I'm still going to pray. My heart is in the right place. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, because my heart is in the right place, and
I'm,
I
I'm,
can't do nothing
I'm
but
gonna
keep
ask you
it
something.
real.
I'm gonna ask you something. I heard you speak on the Most High
Hmm.
and the Most High being a forgiver. Are you a forgiver? And and has that been a challenge of yours? Like, have you had to sit with self? And I'm not even speaking about only not to merit whether or not there's levels of importance. I'm not speaking about only what people have heard about that was done, things that you haven't spoken on, right? Have you sat with self and faced the challenge of having to forgive Rashad?
Man, have I?
Mm.
Have I? Man, I had to ask God to forgive me and show me how to forgive him because how do you forgive somebody that did that? Like you came and tried to tear up my whole world. Not just my world. I can forgive what you did,
Mm.
but you try to tear up my kids too.
Mm.
And my baby, she's a type 1 diabetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know she's sickly as well. And it doesn't matter if a kid is sickly or not. I just want to show you how more sick a person is.
Mm-hmm.
So far as forgiveness, can I'm gonna be honest, I'm trying. I'm trying. Some days I feel like I forgave, like I try to forgive, but then when that anger and that hurt come back in, I'm feeling that same emotion. So I'm working on it. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it's like a battle. You fighting, you know, and I don't have to fight this because victory is already won, but still, you still want people to know the truth. You still want them to know. You still want them to really know, but then you still got them ignorant people that they don't care. They just want to be that way. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's my nigga, no matter what. No, it does matter. Because what if your nigga did that to your child? You going to want to put him in a grave like I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And I that's what I wanted. But my thing is, to be honest with you, I'm working on it every day.
Yeah, I want
And
to make sure you clear too. I'm not saying you are to forgive
mhm,
anybody. I'm just asking because I heard you speak on the Most High, and the Most Highs of our journeys. All of our journeys are different.
mhm,
You know what I mean? It's interesting because a lot of his followers have been raised to attack religious people,
that's
and
true.
just in the last 24 hours, he has quoted scripture. He has misquoted scripture. He done brought up the Bible. He done all kind of stuff, and people don't understand. A lot of what people are speaking out come out of the Bible anyway, even down to the elders, the 24 elders.
Hmm.
All that's coming out of the Bible. The chosen people, all that's coming out of the Bible. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of things that people have been raised up to take on as their own, and it doesn't really belong to them. When you have something as strong as the faith of the Most High, when you can pray, all right, some people might chant, some people might meditate, whatever it is, your spirituality, you're able to hold on to it. The more you become intertwined with it, it becomes one with you. That's why I asked it. So if the Most High is a forgiver, you will be challenged to forgive as you align with the Most High. The Most High is a creator. You will be challenged to create as you align with the Most High. You know what I mean? The Most High has laws and standards, statutes, commandments, morals. You will be challenged to stick to those laws, statutes, and commandments. If you're aligning with the Most High. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And even with what you were saying earlier, the anointing and all of that. One thing I know, what you said to me, and I'm gonna let them know, is bigger than me. You
It's big.
said, you said it's bigger than me, meaning you were saying it was bigger than you before we got on here. A lot of it, we shutting down a few different things as far as, oh, the government did this to him. Take out this mystery image of who Rashad Jamal's baby's mother is,
Hmm.
Darshelle or Shells. Take
Hmm.
out this mystery image. Here she is right here. You know what I mean? This is not the government. This is a woman with a life, a brain. She thinks. She's not just your object that runs up under you and shares you, or she's a bitch that dropped in frequency. You know what I mean? And this is what people are not understanding. They want to blame everything on the government. And then they don't understand how dangerous this can be because, all right, that means each and every one of y'all who are following him, who taking on ideologies, right? You may not understand what you're opening yourselves up to, all right? You get involved in some of the same types of situations, and it makes it harder for the sisters to even be able to speak up when things happen. It makes it harder for the children to be able to speak up when things happen. And it's already hard in our community for children to be believed. It's already hard in our community for women to be believed. So if listen, you're not Rashad Jamal, okay? Rashad Jamal has his own thing he got to deal with. He knows why he's in there.
Dude.
You have to understand what I'm telling y'all. He knows why he's in there. You don't. Notice I'm not saying he did this, that, or the third, but let me tell you something about that dark chamber. All you got when the cell doors close is your brain, your mind, yourself. But when you come out there every day and you get on that phone, that ego can take back over because you get connected to that old world again. Every time you get to write a letter, that ego can take back over. Let me see that pen. You get to write it, and then you want to tap in and see if your followers still following you. You want to tap in. Oh, make sure y'all stand strong. You don't want them to be strong because you don't want them to think for themselves. You don't want them to be strong. That's why you want to keep the real master away from them. You don't want them to be strong because then once they find the real master, that real master says, I am not the end all be all. Don't forget about the Most High. I'm not the Messiah. You get what I'm explaining to you? So it's very important for people to realize this. Rashad Jamal has this. If y'all believe anything that he said, right, one of the things that he would have been teaching about is the fact that everything in your life happens for a reason. Then he knows why he's in there. He can't put his genetic code, divine code, he can't put that on anybody else. He can't ask, why is Phase 1 not in jail? What makes you think I'll never go to jail? he can't say, I don't see Phase 1 under these attacks. What do you mean these attacks? I'm not Rashad Jamal. What would be the point of us expressing as who and what we are if all of us were just supposed to walk in the same direction and suffer the same fate? You ever factor in that somebody got to make it through there without falling? Or do you speak falling on everybody just because you think you fell? It's the ego. The ego says, I got to stay in contact with everybody on the outside world. I got to make sure I'm always there. I got to be on these interviews over here. That's the ego part. What about, did you do right by the women? Did you respect my art? Or did you just use the word? How many women did you look them in their eyes and call them a bitch? You don't understand, they can put 100 days on your sentence. I'm not talking about the judge. I'm talking about the judge. They can put 100 days on your shit just for that. Did you ever abuse a child, hit a child, beat a child, beat a woman? So my point in this is he knows why he's there. The ego has to go through so many deaths before you can even get to where he's claiming to be. He ain't went through them deaths. And y'all are not Rashad Jamal. So do yourselves a favor, because my record all that. Stop attacking her. And for those of you who are attacking the child, I don't even got no words for you. I think you need that lesson.
Yeah, they said such as these belong to the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, I think you need that lesson, because what's in you that will say, I'm a killer? I'm killing children and all. And y'all say, I'm going to follow him. And then somebody says, this person abused my child. You said it can't be. It's not possible. But we can pull up records of this person saying it is possible. Meaning if they just deem this state of war in their brain relevant to everybody else or relative to everybody else, them children is not off limits. They do whatever they want to do. They call themselves God.
Right.
So stop attacking the sister. The sisters came on to speak what she experienced, and y'all do yourself a favor and get up off of her. And also stop saying it's the government. She's not the government. She's a person.
Did you see, you saw the picture I sent you of the guy?
The nigga who was throwing up the gang signs
He
and
thought,
sending you
and
death threats.
yes,
Yeah, I seen that.
and it's like,
I
why?
seen that.
Why's it got to be men trying to intimidate?
Well, these men, listen, they gravitated toward that because they were already abusers in their life.
Period. So they okay. That's kindred spirits.
Yeah.
They're already a. I get it.
It's not
You
that
know, I got
hard. Listen, it's not that hard. Anybody that will try to strip the free will of a woman away, that's an abuser,
right.
right? Anybody who has the ability to say that they will kill children, that is an abuser. Something is wrong in their brain. Because even when you get to the heights of being a black belt or a master mixed martial artist, you understand that, like they say, to whom much is given, much is required, right? Great power, responsibility. People have heard it. The black belt ain't trying to beat up on everybody just because they don't reach this level. You don't have to abuse people. You understand? Why are you screaming at the women, calling them bitches because they're not listening to you? You don't scream at the water to get it to move.
That's right.
You don't scream at the water to get it to move. If you really God like that, the water gonna move anyway. It's gonna happen. You ain't gotta raise your voice to get it to happen. So all you have to do, let me tell you this. If somebody's speaking light, you have to be able to decipher and discern which light it is. You got the bad light and you got the good light. Biblically, it says the true light, which means there's a false light in this world. So you got this fabricated light, and then you got this actual light, this real light, this useful information. You have utility versus futility. Somebody's giving you bad light, it starts to integrate into your soul.
Mm-hmm.
It don't got to be spiritual. You raised up by pimps slapping women, you're subject or prone to be somebody who slaps women or objectifies women.
Mm.
In that same way, if you raised up to be a pushover and let women run all over you, you're subject to be a pushover to let women run all over you. If you raised up to be a charitable person, right? If you're raised up to be a helper or aid of people by people who do that, then you're subject to do that yourself. My point is, if this is your teacher and this is how y'all acting, it shows that you got touched with bad light.
That's real. Good. That is that's real. Like I said,
Ain't it? I mean,
this is. Mm.
I'm here. Go ahead.
No, I was saying. I just recall like my very first video that I made, and I was saying this is supposed to be a conscious people. This is supposed to be a positive people.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all literally went in, and this is the reason why they're saying cult, 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 because y'all literally did exactly what he said go do. Attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all went to go attack me. Didn't care about whether it was right or wrong. You see what I'm saying?
How do you
But
know he said that? When you say that he said attack you, how do you know he said that?
um somebody showed me, I guess he was live. Somebody showed me long time ago that he basically was saying, oh, my baby mama did this and
Mm,
watch I go to her page, and that's what he did. He told him to come to my page.
mm,
And I guess he felt by them coming and rushing my page, it was going to intimidate me and stop me from speaking my truth.
mm,
Is a lioness going to let you touch their babies and get away with it?
mm,
No, she's not. She's gonna die for hers. She's gonna a real mom knows you're gonna go crazy. It is what it is.
mm.
You don't care about nothing. That's just it. So
When
yeah,
when your when your daughter came to you, were you and Rashad separated?
yes.
How long have y'all been separated?
It was about 7 months.
Okay, and y'all were y'all in communication or not in communication?
No, I have blocked him.
Do you feel like the environment, him
He
not being in,
changed.
you feel like, yeah, do you feel like that may have aided in your daughter feeling comfortable to be able to come to you?
Yes, I do. Also, this is the reason why I know people have so many questions, and part of our therapy, like, yeah, y'all gotta go and read the book so y'all can get some more
How can
information.
okay? How can people find the book?
You can go to, I'll post it. I'll
Okay.
post it in my story. I'll post the link and everything in my story, and you can go and check it out so y'all can get some more information.
Mm.
And you know, she that was my question in my heart too. I want wanted to know, and I'm being honest, like, baby, why didn't you, because I talked to you. I know we've been through a lot, but I had to think, this man walking around the house with guns and he's yelling and he doing all of this. She was scared. But when she did feel the time to come to me, she had her reason and why she did it and why she did it at that time to come to me and tell me, hey, this is what this person did. And
Mm-hmm.
mommy, when you would go to the barbecue grill, in order for me to get outside and even go play, I had to do this act in order to go and be a kid. You know what I'm saying? So she came to me when she felt like it. You know what I'm saying? That's, all I want to talk about on that. You know what I mean? People just, they don't believe it. That's fine. I still did what I needed to do for her. And I want her to continue to heal. And I want her to understand that she's allowed to live. You know, people need to understand when kids go through stuff like this, they have suicidal thoughts. They think that certain things and are their faults. And I let her know this is not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
And what that person did, they did that. And the enemy is trying to attack you to make you feel like you don't want to be here no more. No, you're gonna be okay. This is gonna heal because guess what? You're not you don't have a parent that swept it under the rug. You
And
have
this is something that she's expressing to you. And forgive me if I'm overstepping again. I express to you, I'm learning the boundaries. You know what I mean? I don't know all of them. Is this something that she's expressing to you that a part of the reason why she's having these thoughts of not wanting to be here anymore is because of uh, these events that took place? Is she expressing that to you, or are you putting it together?
she's expressing this in me.
Mm.
And she's telling me that, depression kicks in. Y'all gotta understand she got a brain. She has
She,
memories.
she's not
And
11 anymore. Was
no,
she like
she's
14, 15?
she's 14 now.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, she said, Mommy, one thing, I would want you to tell them, she wished she could show y'all her memories. She said, Mom, if they can only see my memories, I wish they can see them.
So she's aware of what people are out here saying. Well, obviously
Hmm.
she's online and things like that.
She,
So
she
she,
sees it. She
so
sees
yeah, I mean
certain
that's what I was gonna
things.
ask you. How does she see, and how does she see what people are saying about not just her, about you and Rashad Jamal, and and can you give me a example or give us an example of what are those talks like when y'all have to speak about what was happening in the internet world regarding that?
Um, what do you mean exactly? I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I know that was a loaded question. Um, what are those talks like when y'all have to speak about what people are saying on the internet?
You mean it talks between me and her,
Yeah,
or?
yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah. What are those talks like between yourself and your daughter when it comes to what people are saying on the internet about y'all?
I mean, they're like, because we know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So she would just, she'll come to me and she'll say, hey, I've seen this or whatever like that. And she said, Mom, I'll just block it. But
Mm.
sometimes she wants to, she gets to that point. Some days she want to respond, but she's so smart. She's intelligent. So she like, she'll come to me and we'll communicate about it. And, I'll just give her that reassurance like, hey, and this is the reason why mommy fought hard like she did
Mm-hmm.
to get you justice. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So she just see it. She's like, these people are really mentally messed up. That's how we look at it. Like, we can't believe, like, they're really in that, they really believe this. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
our conversations is just like, she sees it, and when she see it and she want to bring it to my attention, like she actually found another little girl
Mm.
online. She said, Mommy, look, there's another little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she brought it to my attention, and she was like in tears with it. Like, if you go to my YouTube, the guy and his daughter is there, and um the little girl came up and the guy asked, he was like, he said, Mari, who was this? She said, that's the man that hurt me. And right now she's like 9. She's like 8 or 9 years old. And that happened to her before then. This happened to her, I guess, around the time he was doing, I don't know, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But to me, far as if I'm looking at her, it happened around the time he was doing his little meet and greets and all of that stuff, because her mother was a part of that cult, one of the elders cults or something they were meeting up with. Anyways, but it's on my YouTube. But she came to me and she said, "Mom, there's another little girl." She was in tears, and when I seen it, I was like, "Wow!" And I told you the guy, he literally was looking for him to try to
Mm-hmm.
bring up charges, and he
Mm-hmm.
said the dude was in jail, and then he said when he saw what the guy was in jail for, you know what I'm saying? This is not my words.
Right,
This
right, right.
is really there.
Mm-hmm.
This is really
What's the
there.
YouTube channel?
It's Darshelle Music.
Okay.
Let me. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yep.
me?
Yep.
I'm going to send a video to you real
Okay.
quick.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I know I'm not gonna be in your atmosphere much longer. You won't have to worry about it. Like I said, we ain't gonna be. Y'all make my stomach hurt. The type of beings y'all are is dirty.
Give me 1 second.
Uh, y'all sick, bro. Y'all make my stomach hurt. I'm not. I'm not gonna be over here too much longer. And y'all, whatever this realm is like I get to see. Like, ugh, ugh. Like I don't even know what type of beings is waiting on y'all, but y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. And I done seen the different type of beings that's waiting on people. Y'all in trouble, boy. Cause something in your heart is black. It's like soot, and it's gooky, ooky, and it's sitting there. Y'all dripping on the inside. Like y'all body, the inside of y'all body is composed of black goo, and it's a lot of y'all. And it's like y'all like, ugh, that's you. Y'all think y'all walking around like speaking normally, but when y'all walking through, I can see y'all. Ugh, ugh. That's a sound y'all making. When y'all pick y'all hand up, shit dripping off of it. And I see y'all walking past some beings and they staring y'all down. And y'all got y'all head down. You scared to look up. You scared to look up. And I don't want nothing to do with whatever they got for y'all. Cause it's icky. And there's so many people that's like that in this on this planet, in this realm right now. Everybody looks sick. They look gooey and gooky. The way that y'all speak when it come to children is like, oh, I know why she finna get rid of y'all. I know why it's about to happen. Oh, I could feel that shit like, bro. Oh, that shit crazy. It's some beings that like, okay, there's this movie. I can't remember, or this TV series. I can't remember what it's called. But they got these big ass, buff ass black beings that like come and beat people to death and send them, like take them to hell. It's interesting that they made a series about that because I've experienced that. I've seen these beings and they're very violent and they like to punch. Let me tell y'all how y'all know it's real. Y'all ever been asleep and you felt a slap and you woke up? Show of emojis. How many people been how many people ever been resting and you felt a slap and you woke up but when nobody in your room, nobody ain't even in your house? How many people before? How many people? Oh, hold on, let me see. The sister's trying to come back on. How many people done woke up and you couldn't move and you felt something sitting on you, or you felt something grabbing you? I'm just letting you know, these beings, I don't know who put them here, why they here, but it's so clear now. Like, you can literally detect them, and they waiting on people. It's like they hungry, like dogs. Y'all niggas need to get y'all soul right, y'all aura together. You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna show you what's so crazy because you don't know. Okay, I see you. I was looking for you. I'm gonna show you what's so crazy. What that say over there? What that say right there?
Aura.
Right after I said that, something I look up and the tissue was like, "That's right."
Yeah, I
Hey,
felt that feeling before that you were saying where it felt like something hold you down or
mm-hmm,
you can't move. Yeah, I forget
mm-hmm.
what that's called.
For they call it sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think it is a couple things. One being a warning, right? A reminder that is a warning. So I don't want to get too deep into it because we still here for what we're here for, right? I think that what happened, especially with the conscious community, is they made themselves God,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have the awareness that God has, which means that they willingly subscribe to a fallacy. They accepted deception. Because if I'm God and I'm all knowing and I'm source and I'm all of this, then why don't I have the access to the information that source does? Why don't I have the access to the know-how, the recollection of being that the source has? Which is why we were informed, don't forget about God. Leave room for God. Don't forget, people don't want to say angels anymore. They start naming elders, or it becomes extraterrestrials. So it's all the same thing. My point to you is, because I know it can be draining, especially when you start speaking on these things that have been, the science has been infiltrated so much to even speak on it is triggering. You can trigger somebody by talking about this stuff because of how many demons have grabbed the information and they perverted it. So I actually can feel you moving into like, this is kind of draining. So I'm with you. What do you want to say? You got the last word.
Oh, I mean, I did what I needed to do, so I'm in
Mm,
the process. Like I told him, like I'm on the process, the road to healing my child. That's it, and breaking every curse and chain that the enemy tried to place on my family. So, I just appreciate you reaching out to me and you want to try to, shed some light
mm-hmm.
on the situation. I really appreciate that. I hope some people woke up, and for the ones that don't, God got
Yeah.
that. So that's it.
God has the last word.
Yeah, so I really appreciate all the good energy, the good vibes, those who have common sense. I appreciate you. That's it.
Well, I thank you again. Everybody who can see right now, make sure y'all follow the sister. Those of you, especially who want to look into the book to get your questions answered with this type of, I handle my life this way, not just this situation. I was raised up in right knowledge. We have to go out and find answers, and this I can't be speaking on no situation without knowing what's going on.
Right.
So it's very hard for you to make a central decision as to what the situation is without having both sides, without having multiple angles to look at to see, which is why I might ask this question or might ask that question to see how you'll respond. You get what I'm saying? I'm not won over by just somebody talking to me. I don't care who they are. However, I am paying attention and I hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you and I can hear your daughter through you. The fact that you birthed her, you've been around her, the things that she's saying and how you felt, it comes through. And what people are looking for as a reaction, that's TV.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? The reaction is different for each individual being. So I want you to know I heard you. I know a lot of people on here heard you. And people can make their own decision on how they want to move forward. But the point of this is stop the spiritualization of Darshelle. Stop ghostifying her like she's some elite puppet.
Right.
All right? Because even if you want to say that, Rashad Jamal will have to take full responsibility for being called divine insight, having access to etheric information beyond what you can fathom as a human being. Yet he couldn't see that this was an agent.
Mm-hmm. Y'all got to understand, I had to call the police on the police. I don't mess with the
Mm,
police. I've been arrested before. I've been through a lot. I do not mess with the police.
mm-hmm,
I'm still a black woman. I was harassed by the police several times. I'm just saying, if I got coverage by the government, they won't fuck with me. I'm constantly
mm,
harassed. And these are facts. I had to call the police on the police last week. Like, why did he just come from this lane and that lane? Y'all need to stop fucking with us. Like, I am against certain things as well. You know what I mean? And wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? So, hey, you, one thing I think you've already recognized and you feel and you guys know, when somebody wants to be ignorant, they're going to continue to be that way until something happens in their life.
mm-hmm,
And see, some people, what they say, experience is the best teacher. Sometimes people need to go through certain things in order for them to wake up. It could be them losing their life. It
mm-hmm,
could be them losing a limb. It could be them going to jail. It could be so many other things, something, you know, anything. It could be just a parent with common sense talking to them.
mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of these people, and especially some of these men, obviously they don't have good relationships with their mother because they're not protectors of women
There you go.
and they're not protectors of children.
There you go.
So they could care less. So I don't know, but that energy, I can't take it in, you know, I
Mm-hmm,
can't take it in. But like I said, I appreciate your platform. You keep doing what you're doing, and I know that God sent
mm-hmm,
you my way.
mm-hmm.
I know. God
Yeah.
is God is good God.
I
But
told you, ain't no accidents. It's
mm,
all in the plan. It's you already know that though. You
I
know
was at
that.
work today. I was at work today, and I had a moment, and I was speaking to a couple of my coworkers, and I told them, "Look, I need some time." I had a moment. She said, "Sit at this table. If you
Mm-hmm,
gotta cry, cry. If you got to do any of that, just do it and let it out." Because I was telling her, you know, I'm telling about my baby, you know, how
mm-hmm,
she's feeling. You know, I'm
mm-hmm,
not going over her whole situation. I'm just going over what she was talking about mentally
mm-hmm.
and not being here or whatever like that. And I said, that's bothering me. And I want to do everything I can positive to lift her up. And, you know, just to have one of them tell me, said, you know, around here, we believe in the Lord. So all this energy up in here, you're in the right space and right place right now for, you know, just that, you know, God is good. So,
I wanna apologize to you. Um, Now that I understand from just being in the talk that we're having now and the atmosphere that just happened within the past 2 minutes,
mhm.
I want to apologize to you for not turning off the comments from the beginning.
Oh,
When we first came on here, if I were to do this again, I would have turned off the comments because the whole point of this was to be able to hear you, not for me to be able to see what other people are saying and bring it up. It was about hearing you. So I do want to extend a full, genuine apology for not already having the comments off so that only what you're saying can be, because we done heard all of the demons speak. in
Right.
so many different scenarios on so many different things. And when we want it to be that the truth is able to actually be spoken, we're responsible for making sure that that mission is accomplished. So I apologize to you for that. I see the difference. I feel the difference. You know what I mean? When you close the gates, that's why you were able to see. And it hit me hard when you said that, because I know that was the Most High speaking. When you were like, they froze your screen, so you weren't able to see what these six ether beings or these demonic individuals were expressing. So I apologize for that. I see where that was an error on my part. Even though we still were able to pull what we needed to pull, I apologize for not turning those comments
You
off.
probably you probably wasn't thinking, but like I said, God, everything froze. Everything completely froze,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't see anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. You have to understand. I've been harassed by these people for over 3 years,
Yeah.
and and it's on my TikTok. It's everywhere. They'll find a way to reach out to me just because it makes them feel good. It makes them feel good. For
Of
some odd reason, it
righteousness.
makes them feel good to
Mm-hmm.
harass me, attack me, call me out my name, and free to God, free Rashad Jamal. No, won't be no teleporting. Won't be no freeing of that because he did what he did. He know what he did. So, but like I said, it is what it is, and you keep doing what you're doing.
You as well.
Okay, guys, you have a blessed night, and I really appreciate those who were on good vibes. And thank you guys for the cash app. My baby is gonna receive that, and I thank
Mm-hmm.
you
Hey,
guys.
look, I will turn that on one more time though, just to give everybody that push. You know what I mean? So y'all who see that, you see the cash app, go ahead and hit the sister's cash app. All right, y'all know what we do. Y'all know why we do what we do. All right, everybody hit
Mhm.
the cash app, send some love, and let's keep listening for that voice because it's speaking. Just keep your ears open. You know what I mean? Thank
I
you, Shells. I
appreciate
love
you.
you.
Oh, they so sweet.
Hey,
They so
my
sweet.
mama said stay strong. That's my mama.
Oh, tell her I appreciate that.
Yeah. And what you just came down to yell it and then go back upstairs? Okay.
Tell your mom I appreciate
She
that.
said
That's a
she
beautiful woman right
appreciate that.
there. I
She
do. I
gone
do.
upstairs. My mama is
Hey,
different.
hey. She got her point across, and
Okay.
that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And tell her I appreciate that. My mom been gone since I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then my dad, he passed away 14 years later. So I didn't have that like how I was supposed to have it. So it's a blessing to have your mother. And
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome. And I'm glad she
Thank you.
raised an amazing son.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank
She she see
you.
what
She
she
did her
got
thing.
downstairs.
She did her thing.
Go ahead, Mom. But I appreciate y'all. Look, come check out my book. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry that my book is about something that happened in my life, but I want you to understand it's my testimony now, and I'm giving it away. I'm giving my testimony
Mm-hmm.
away to someone else right now that's going through this and nobody's believing them,
Mm-hmm.
or to that child that may be somewhere lurking on the internet and they got somebody's phone. It's okay to go and let somebody know. And if your mom don't believe you, go to somebody else. If nobody believes you, I believe you. You got my page. Come holler at me. We gonna make it happen. Okay? And for all the other ones that's just ignorant, let them be who they are. Because guess what? God sees and God knows all. Okay?
You
Y'all
right
have a
about it.
good night.
Amen. I love you.
Love
Peace.
y'all back. Appreciate you.
All love. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Wow. Yeah, I should have turned them comments off in the damn beginning because the demons don't like when they can't speak. Damn. Next time. Next time. I was slipping just then. That's what's up. Y'all know demons don't like when they can't talk, boy. Then you can see, you could literally feel the whole ether switch just by cutting a portal off. You feel what I'm saying? What's her? I think it's Darshelle. I don't know her Instagram. It's Darshelle. Somebody type of Instagram in if you know it. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all tap in with the sister. Use your own brain and see what you just saw, feel what you just felt, hear what you heard. You know what I mean? And move accordingly. Notice that the central point of this was the Most High. The central point of this talk was God. Some people don't went so far away from that they don't even know the science of it and what it means when it moves. You know what I mean? Look, they said the energy is low as fuck, but look where they at. They in here, and this is how you know, like, okay, demons like low energy. So if in your brain, the energy low, why are you here? Unless it feel like home to you because of what's happening in your brain. You got to sage your home because of a live, something that's happening in the pixel realm. Bye, this was your last space. Hey, I'll be grateful if I never hear from you again. Yeah, all of the devils left when we turned out the comments. There is no the God. What are you talking about, the God? The God? What is his limitations then? What do you mean the God? There's no the God. That's your thing. You have to remember with cults and stuff like that, everybody else world don't operate how y'all's do. That nigga named Rashad. He gets mad at Publix. This is what your God does. What are you talking about, the God? Cause what about Dr. York? You listen, Dr. Malachi York is a teacher. He told y'all what he is. He teaches so many different subjects. And we have a culture. That's the difference. I challenge you. Matter of fact, I'm her Nika for some reason. You want to come on up here? I'm gonna ask you some questions. Since you threw Dr. Malachi York in it, who actually has a culture, who has a language, who has a nation, that separates you from being a cult, by the way. When you have a culture, is a different thing. Y'all don't have one. So I invite you to come on up here and talk to me. Hop on up here for a second. I got something to do. Come on up here. Cause every time I ask one of y'all to come up here, y'all get to showing why people shouldn't even follow nothing coming out that direction. Come on up here. See what happens when you speak to Nuwapu. I ain't gonna mishandle you. I ain't gonna talk over you. Come on up here. I'm gonna ask you some questions. Let's see what happens. What happened? Where's you in at? Where everybody be going? She went to say that makes sense. A phone transition. Anyway, she ran backstage. Y'all is different. Shout out to the sister Darshelle. She told y'all the daughter is growing up, so the daughter will have a voice to speak of her own accord. Y'all don't know what y'all dealing with. I just want to put that on the record and address the elephant in the room. I'm not one of them. You can't just say shit to me and then I log off and cry in the corner. I'm not one of them. I could dig so far into your life that you will find things out about you didn't know. I'm not one of them. Nothing is off access to me when it comes to getting to the truth. I will go right to the source every time. Everybody else making videos about Lil King. I said, Lil King, come forth. Lil King came forth. We talked about it. We got to the truth right front and center. Everybody talking and run their mouth when it comes to Rashad. And boy, I will open your life up in 1 week. I will open your whole life. I'm not bringing you in a friend. What are you talking about? One of y'all is a lot at once. I'll bring you up. That's a lot you talking about me and this other person. I sent you an invite. You should be able to get it. If not, I don't think you supposed to come up there. I done sent you like 3 invites. You probably ain't supposed to come up here. Yeah, one of these, it's a lot dealing with one. Because I don't know if, okay, there was like 2, 3 occasions where you were able to see that in the middle of us talking, the Jamal like was able to snatch away from whatever was the spell they were under. And I promise you, everybody who got on this live, including the 7 Ether one, they'll never be the same. They'll never be the same. It takes a certain amount of surgery, though. You got to really diagnose where people are at, like what's going on with you. It says, I am her, Nika is unable to join. Why you won't let me up? I am ready. Okay. Do you remember? Okay, so we deal with things one thing at a time. That's what we do. Okay. I was trying to get your friend up. It said she was unable to join. So I just sent you one. What's going on? I could have been an asshole. You muted. You're muted. You're on mute. You're muted. You're muted. You gotta unmute. You gotta unmute. I could have let you do this the whole time. You gotta unmute. You have to unmute. Y'all text her into. You gotta unmute. There you go. No, but you want to know what we say when stuff like that happen? We be like, "Look at God." Nah, it's not happening this time. I didn't even mute you. I can't mute you. You muted yourself, and that's a sign it's worth studying. I'm gonna add that to my notes. This is what the elders used to say. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, then shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? I don't give a damn about the blow dryer effect or none of that you got going on. You didn't have shit nice to say. I could tell. I could tell. You know, I did the thing too. I was literally like, okay, I was reading your lips, motherfucker. You ain't want to bring me up. First of all, you stop talking on the guy. I can imagine somewhere along those lines. Shit looked like a Chinese movie, but the audio never emerged. That shit is insane. And y'all would think I make this type of shit up, right? Why should I let y'all up when God don't fuck with y'all? The hell? You ain't hear me just talk about God? That nigga said, peace, be still. And know that I am God. Y'all heard her say, could y'all hear her say it? Like, how many people imagine her voice when she was like, can you hear me now? No, we can't. We can't, though. I'm trying to help you. I could have been an asshole. I literally could have been an asshole, turned out the comments, and let her do that the whole time. Because you didn't have intentions of coming up here and playing right. So God was like, man, boy, don't even entertain that shit, you know what I mean? So I like, bet. Say less. Try adding her back for what? Sign language practice? What is he talking about? She wasn't even, you're muted, you're muted. How you know she was trying to talk over me? You're that. You're mute, that. I mean, no, because let me talk. I'm trying to. Listen, you are muted. Can't hear you, gang. Hey, look. Hey, look. That's what it is. What did she thought? Practice lip reading is insane. She showed her intentions without speaking. She ain't had no choice. You can't even explain what the hell happened. How you come home muted? That's the first time in history. I'm gonna text Mark Zuckerberg, be like, nigga, this shit just happened. Carl Guinness. Nigga came on that bitch muted. Hold on. You're muted. You're muted. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to assist. Shit like one of the commercials with a female going off on a nigga and he crack open a beer or some shit. Have you tried Miller Lite? Oh. Shit. All I know is whatever she was saying, she had that shit. It ran down, rehearsed. She was ready. She was ready. Whoever that Nika girl was, she wasn't ready. That's why Nika girl like, man, fuck that, you go on. She's like, I got him. I got him. She can't want to be like, shit, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that clip, and I'm gonna just make her say whatever I want her to say. First of all, people shouldn't be coming at you because you only saying the truth. So let's get that first. They don't know me. They don't know who the fuck they dealing with. I will take that shit, and boy, you will be on my side by 3 a.m. The hell? Fuck is you doing? You don't see what I got going? I will take that shit. You will be on my side by 3:30. You gonna learn something about some shit you said that you ain't never said. You don't know me. You gonna have them in your DM next. You turn it on the guy. You just dropped the frequency, bitch. You just dropped the frequency, bitch. They gonna kick you out of all the group chats. You gonna be trying to plead your case. You gonna be like, How many people understand what I said? Why do y'all know that I'm saying this nigga edit my shit? I didn't actually say that. He took this piece, that piece, switched it around. He chopped and screwed it. Bro, we got charades masters in this bitch. Niggas is like, how the fuck do I know what this nigga's saying? Shit, she gone too. She gonna cry silent tears. She gonna cry in her electric car, cause you know it don't make noise. There's a lot going on today. You've officially been chopped and screwed. My stomach hurts. It ain't rumbling. It's a mute 2025, ain't it? This shit. That's the definition of a mute point. So you didn't say that right, Faye? Yes, I did. She came up on here literally with a mute point. I could have let her talk. Why I cut her off? I ain't shit. I should have let her talk. That was a mute point that she argued. She had me convinced, though. Whatever she was talking about, that shit was real. She had the lighting right, picked out the fro. Forgot to plug up the audio on the phone. Forgot to plug up the audio. Yeah, let's stop fucking with them AirPods. This is not reliable. All right, what else we got? You know what not to do. Now y'all know the only come up here saying nice stuff. That's it?